Hey there, Singapore investors. Welcome back to the Investing Iguana. Today we're diving into a financial trend that's having major ripple effects across our region. Wealthy Indonesians are moving hundreds of millions of dollars offshore, and much of it is landing right here in Singapore. This capital flight has accelerated since President Prabowo Subianto took office last October, but it's kicked into high gear after the Indonesian rupiah plunged to historic lows in March. Just yesterday, the rupiah hit its lowest level ever against the US dollar before slightly rebounding. This isn't just a currency story, it's a window into regional wealth flows that directly impact Singapore's property market, banking sector, and investment landscape. So why exactly are Indonesia's wealthy voting with their wallets? It boils down to growing concerns about Prabowo's fiscal discipline and the country's economic stability. Since taking office, Prabowo has expanded military influence, stretched state spending, and brought state-backed firms more directly under his control. His ambitious goal of 8% annual growth, something not even China is achieving, would require massive government spending that could lead to bigger deficits, increased debt, and potentially higher taxes. For Singaporean investors, this creates both challenges and opportunities. Let's break down where this money is flowing and what it means for us. First, Singapore remains a traditional safe haven for Indonesian wealth. Despite our banks implementing stricter due diligence after recent money laundering scandals, we're still seeing significant inflows. This continues a historical pattern. A survey by Merrill Lynch Capgemini estimated that a third of Singapore's wealthy residents are Indonesian, with 18,000 rich Indonesians holding wealth of around 26 million in Singapore. Second, we're seeing three main asset classes benefiting from this wealth migration: gold, real estate, and interestingly, cryptocurrencies. Gold sales at Indonesia's biggest non-state retailer jumped about 30% in the first quarter of 2025. Their steepest quarterly rise since going public in 2017. Singapore's gold investment demand rose 22% last year, as safe haven demand grew across ASEAN markets, and this trend is continuing. For Singapore's property market, this influx of Indonesian capital is contributing to already strong fundamentals. Our property market hit record highs in February, with the Singapore Stock Index reaching an all-time peak of 3,949.65 points. Despite the 60% additional buyer's stamp duty on foreign purchases, wealthy Indonesians see Singapore real estate as a stable store of value. Family offices managing over 100 billion in assets are further strengthening market liquidity. Perhaps most fascinating is the rise of cryptocurrencies as a wealth transfer vehicle. Private bankers report that Indonesian clients worth between $100 to $400 million have converted up to 10% of their assets into crypto, particularly stablecoins like USDT that maintain a 1.1 peg to the US dollar. This allows them to move large sums without triggering the scrutiny that comes with traditional bank transfers over $100,000. What does all this mean for Singapore investors? First, expect continued strength in our property market, particularly in the luxury segment. Second, financial services catering to wealth management and asset protection will likely see growing demand. Third, gold and crypto infrastructure businesses based in Singapore stand to benefit from this regional capital flight. But there are risks too. If Indonesia's economic situation deteriorates further, it could impact Singapore businesses with significant Indonesian exposure. Our banks, while benefiting from deposits, may face increased scrutiny over cross-border flows, and any political instability in our largest neighbor would have spillover effects on regional trade and investment. Looking ahead, Indonesia's government could stem this outflow by providing assurances around fiscal discipline and committing to key infrastructure investments. The planned tax amnesty program might bring some capital back, but without addressing the underlying concerns about economic management, wealthy Indonesians will likely continue seeking safer shores. For Singaporean investors, this situation reinforces our country's position as a financial safe haven during regional uncertainty. Whether you're considering property investments, financial stocks, or even gold and crypto exposure, understanding these capital flows provides valuable context for your investment decisions. That's all for today's analysis. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what regional financial trends you'd like me to cover next. Until next time, this is the Investing Iguana, helping you navigate Southeast Asia's financial waters.